Hi and welcome to The Winning Factor. I'm Alan Aitken, and on this show each week we take a look at some upcoming races in Hong Kong and try to isolate an angle to the race that might be a path to finding the winner. Well, Sha Tin on Sunday, and the first race we're going to look at is race 6, where our winning factor is the last start winner. So this is a class 3, 1,000 metres, and there will be good arguments, I think, to support the chances of the 3-year-old Circuit Jolly, also Aurora Patch from a better draw this week. I'm keen to focus, however, on the 2 last start winners in the race over this course and distance, and that's the Frankie Law trained Horsepower up the top of the weights, and another 3-year-old from the Jamie Richards yard, La Forza. And as I say, both last start winners, both down the straight 1,000-metre course a week apart in February. So let's take a look at what they've been doing. Firstly, La Forza, he did win a race down the straight as a 2-year-old, but he did generally look a little bit weak last season. And when he returned first up as a 3-year-old, he looked a stronger horse. This is race 409. He's in mid-draw, black and white colours with a red cap. And La Forza jumps well, first time in blinkers. And Zach Purton is very keen to get him to the front and over into the faster outside section of the track, which he does. Now, he does get to drop the pressure once he gets there, and that was probably important for him. But La Forza fills his lungs during that period, is ready to quicken again when Purton asks, and he puts away his rivals in very good style over the final 200 metres. So that's a nice win from a young horse with plenty of upside to him, and his record down the straight now reads 3 starts, 2 wins and a second. So that's certainly a promising angle for him. Also promising is Horsepower. He's only had 2 starts, won both of them over 1,000 metres, firstly at Happy Valley, and then he brought his Valley form to the straight at Sha Tin last start. This is race 435. He's in gate 6 grey colours, and Horsepower does jump okay, but as usual, he's in no hurry and allowed to find his feet. Interestingly, the race shape on the heat map here is almost identical to the La Forza race. Even early, slowing mid-race, which did help La Forza, but it isn't really a help for Horsepower here, who's getting back in the field. Matthew Chadwick lets him drift across to the faster outside section, while you see the eventual runner-up, Aurora Patch, who's in Sunday's race, in blue and white out in the centre of the course. There is some minor traffic to negotiate for Horsepower, but he sprints very sharply late to prove too good for Aurora Patch. Now, I think this race on Sunday sets up with a stronger speed than we've seen in either of those races. Perhaps faster than average, especially with the very speedy Packing Bowl returning to turf racing with an apprentice rider. And even the new imports, Marvel and Gold and Star Performer, have some pace. So quite a few with speed. We could get a situation with a line of runners leading or sitting just behind whoever leads. On face value, that won't help La Forza. Though note, Purton did ride him behind the lead when he won last season as a 2-year-old, so he has that option. But a good speed up front is certainly helpful to Horsepower and critical probably to the way Matt Chadwick approaches the race from gate 1. So gate 1, no advantage, but if there's speed on and he's ridden quietly early, Chadwick might get the chance to drift across behind the faster horses towards the preferred outside section, like he was able to do last time. So 2 nice horses, lightly raced, both of them, both with good form over the course and distance, but we need to separate them somehow, and I think the way we do that is with their trainers. So you see here the performance of trainers since September 2020 with last start winners, and Frankie Law, he's one of the standouts with this segment. Whether you assess them by strike rate or by the results he gets compared to market expectations, Frankie is a top performer. Jamie Richards, La Forza's trainer, well, he's doing okay. He's about mid-table, but certainly not in the same ballpark as Frankie Law. So the tip in race 6, Horsepower. His winning factor, the last start winner. Our last start winners are a place a lot of punters like to look for the winner of the coming race. We've got 2 of them here, lightly raced up-and-comers, and certainly both strong chances, but I think the thing that separates them is the performance of Horsepower's trainer with last start winners. The other race I want to take a look at is the final race, race 10, and our winning factor here, the map. So this is a Class 3, 1400 metres, and there will be chances given to Sky Trust, Spicy Gold looking to bring his Happy Valley form to Sha Tin. Magnificent 9 is very consistent. Yun Long Elite had excuses last start after an impressive win 2 starts ago, and Another World is back to 1400 metres where his record is outstanding. But I want to concentrate mostly on Spicy Gold and Another World. Now, firstly to Another World. We've seen him since the replay that I'm about to show you. We've seen him at 1600 metres. He wasn't quite as effective at that distance, but this is his most recent over 1400 metres, a distance where he's had 3 starts for 2 wins and a second. This is race 397. He's in gate 4, aqua and purple colours, and Another World gets a great position soon after the start for Lyle Hewitson, and gets pretty much the position he wants, off the speed in an even pace and following the race favourite in blue and white colours there, Packing Angel. Now the pace picks up from the 800 metres. Another World travels well and looms as a chance in the race, but he has a job here to outrun Packing Angel from 2 lengths behind him, and that does prove far too difficult for him in this case. Now that looked a strong form race at the time, and of course Packing Angel has placed in the Derby last week since, confirming the strength of that race. His most interesting rival here, I think, is Spicy Gold. Now, he's had 7 starts this season for 3 wins and 2 seconds, all starts at Happy Valley, and we're going to have a look at his latest, all of these races in fact over 1200 metres at Happy Valley. And this is at race 484, gate 5, pink and purple colours, and Spicy Gold wins the start. Now, he isn't quick enough to lead, but the thing to note is the slow first section, about 3 lengths slower than average in fact. Spicy Gold is able to settle outside the leader's hindquarters, but the pace quickens from the 800 metres, and that race shape makes it difficult for the horses behind them to make much ground, and it even makes it tougher for Spicy Gold to get past the leader, but he eventually just gets there. So that was Spicy Gold's 4th win, his 4th win over 1200 metres at Happy Valley. And now he has to bring that form across to Sha Tin, where a quick perusal of his past form really doesn't signal he's very good there. But that was early in his career. Now last season, this was a very nervous, very fizzy kind of a horse. We weren't seeing the best of him. He is a completely different animal now before he races, and that's showing in his results. So I wouldn't put the pen through his Sha Tin form quite so easily, because when we come to this race on Sunday, the 2 horses who are really well suited on the map are Another World and Spicy Gold. There looks just a modest speed here, Charming Legend. He hasn't run for 2.5 months, but he is the one who has been very effective racing in the lead, so I expect that's where Hugh Bowman will want to have him, despite the wider draw. Then there are a few there who've shown some tactical speed, and that's where I think Zac Purton excels. Zac's back from injury, his last ride, this one, on a long day, but I'm still sure we will see one of the standout qualities of Zac's riding, and that is his default to positive tactics. He has the horse to do it here, taking a position near the speed. It isn't even out of the question, I think, that he could try to beat Bowman to the lead. Meanwhile, look at some of the main rivals. Magnificent 9, he's not that quick early. Yun Long Elite lacks pace and draws awkwardly. Sky Trust is a quality animal who has been ridden effectively for the speed at times, but over races when he does that, so from the outside that looks tricky. Spicy Gold is usually further back over 1200 metres than we saw in that replay, but we also saw him win the start, then race tractably, put up on the pace. So they're good signs for coming up to 1400 metres here in a race where tactical ability looks a plus. So the tip from me in race 10 is Another World. His winning factor, the map. Now, I think both of these horses are suited on the map, but we do have those doubts over Spicy Gold going to Sha Tin. Another World comfortably beaten, I guess, over 1,600 metres last time. Now he's back to his best course and distance. He's got Zach Purton aboard, and he's got a map that really looks to work for him. Well, that's it from the Winning Factor this week. Good luck on Sunday. We'll see you next time.